Namaste, everyone, and welcome to Dimensions of Love, where we will explore different dimensions of love. Of course, we're all so complex beings with our own personal journey, going through the awakening and expanding ourself into understanding how consciousness works and everything connected to it. So, Dimensions of Love is essentially a channel for you all, anyone who's viewing this, even if you're returning or if you are a new. Hi, welcome. This channel lets you connect with love because at the end of everything, no matter where you are in your journey, no matter how much understanding you've gained through your journey, your end goal will always be love. To know how to love yourself, how to love another, and just to integrate that. It is all about you coming to earth, experiencing this in the body in this way, and understanding that love is the ultimate truth. There is nothing else except for love. And this is what you came here to experience. Now you might ask, if I'm here to experience that, why is all this suffering happening and all of this that is contradicting love in so many ways? And yes, it is true. All of this simultaneously is existing here for us to awaken to that. Because everything that is happening in lower dimensions are essentially in a deeper sleep. The more consciousness we experience, the more understanding we have, and the less we will harm another. If we understand that everyone else is a part of us, we will not harm them. And the same way goes for them. If anyone is doing something that is dreadful or just horrible to another human being, just know that that human being is suffering a lot, and it's a very unconscious being. So we can't blame that individual also in the same way because the person is asleep. Therefore, what I'm trying to say with this to you is, in your journey through your awakening, you will come to find out a lot of hurtful things you probably caused others, and don't blame yourself for it, because that can actually be a hindrance for you in your growth moving forward. You need to accept everything that you've done in the situation where you were and what you understood of the situation as to be your truth. Because through our ascension and our awakening, our truth will change. As we spoke of in this channel, that we will have different tools, but those tools will just fall away one after one. So we will supplement another tool for another tool, and at the end, there will be no tools. The same way we are growing into this understanding that everything that has happened towards you when you were unconscious, the more you get conscious, the more you understand that your unconsciousness was actually also a tool for you to be able to make those mistakes and learn those lessons that you specifically needed to learn. Because we're all here on a journey to learn and to serve the universe in different ways. So Everyone needs to find their individual journey and how it looks for them. So remember this to you all. We truly love you and we want you to understand that there is no right or wrong in any situation. Every situation is given to you for growth. And here we have the option to say, yes, I want to grow. I do want to expand. It is difficult. Or we have the option to say, no, I'm not doing this right now. And whatever one chooses, really, it's okay. But what I would say to anyone that wants to expand, because I believe you're here, that it is for the greatest good of all. So if you are in the higher levels, this is not even a question. It's more of how can I be at service? How can I become better so that I can give that energy to all of those that are around me? And not in the sense of where you lose yourself or lose your energy, because that is a whole nother topic that we will cover. Let's just keep focusing on the energy. I apologize if there are any sounds from outside. I think that the garbage is being picked up. So I guess because this is happening in real time now at the last of the day in March here, the 31st, I feel like this message intuitively is saying that it is time to throw out the garbage. Everything that has been inside of you that you no longer need. So this is a message coming through for someone that you have a lot of things that you're holding on to, and Spirit is asking you to let it go. Give it to someone, give it to charity, whatever it is, those things in your house, those things in your emotions, because we can hoard also in our emotions. We can hold on to memories that will keep us stuck because it's too much. Nothing new can enter when we keep holding that space there. The same way, if you're having a visual in your 3D, perhaps you're home and you're looking around yourself and you're seeing a lot of stuff, ask yourself now, do you really need those stuff? Have you been using those stuff? When was the last time you used it? And when you can say it was 1 year, 2, 3 years ago, do you really then need it? If it's just there, that was a message for someone coming through. So let me go back to this dimensions of love. Why Spirit asked us to bring the topic in this way, because I'm fully aware of in YouTube how it works, and thank you for liking all of these videos. But I know how this works, that you should have one topic, awakening, or perhaps just tarot, or just one focus and one lane, and that will make the algorithm and everything be more easier to find and to understand. But Spirit kept saying that we're not supposed to do it like that, and my intellectual mind was kind of freaking out, because how can I make a channel called Dimensions of Love where there is so many different aspects of one? And just Spirit kind of gave it to us. Isn't it like that when you're awakening? Isn't it all at once? It can't make sense for you to have one part without the other part, without the third part, because all of them will be present when you're awakening. It's essentially everything gathered into one, because everything is one. And so I thought, okay, that makes kind of sense, that everything is one and why we are delivering it in this way. So because we as human beings, we want to be entertained, we want to be educated, we want to feel this connection, we want to be moved. So it made perfect sense of why this channel was born, Dimensions of Love, because this is what it's all about. It's about feeling all of aspects but at the end understanding that it's all about love. And these are different tools how to get to this end goal and to enjoy this journey of all these aspects that are here for us. To know that you can work with guides, to know that all of these different dimensions, they do exist, that you're not crazy, and that you have special gifts because you lived in different galaxies. You've lived in so many different places. Of course, that is with you when you are visiting Earth. And Earth is the most difficult planet, as it is spoken by Dolores Cannon. If you've ever read her books, you should go and check her out. I'm going to leave it here for you to see. But she will talk about all of these people that she put under a hypnosis and what came out of those conversations where people are talking about different lifetimes and different things that they've been here on Earth and also in different planets, what they were there and what they were doing. It's very fascinating. And why I'm kind of mentioning this is because we are going into this Pluto energy, and now we're kind of betting into the astrology part that will be very big this year. So this Pluto energy that is entering right now, moving forward to April, because we're in the last of March, right? And I'm recording this the last of March just because to get those energies and to finish them off so that we can start into the new month. I want this video to bring that energy too. And please be patient with me because this is very hard to do. It takes so much energy, and I'm a single parent with two beautiful girls, but it takes a lot of effort and it takes a lot of energy, not just to bring you this, but to kind of make it visual also so it can feel appealing, and to have the sounds and everything in order, and then have entities and interruptions while I'm recording this. So there's so many aspects that needs to be I guess we can't balance them, but to accept their existence in the moment, and it can create difficulties. The same way, if we go back to this, that we as human beings waking up in our ascension, we go through difficulties even more than we will usually do, because spirit wants us to be pushed to our limits, to know that we are the limitless. And every time we stop and say, no, I can't do it, I can't, we keep pushing forward. And I will refer it back to, I know if you're a man and this hasn't happened to you, but when you get birth, it kind of is in that stage where you feel like, I can't do this, I just can't. But if we look in generations, with every animals, it's a natural thing, this happens. So the same way, you have the natural ability within yourself to push yourself to the limitless, but we kind of made ourselves limit. Why would we make ourselves so limited? Why would we do? Well, spirit wants to, the higher soul, the self, wants to experience itself. And what is the best way to experience yourself if not to forget everything that you are, and then kind of do a hide and seek and try to find yourself at the end, recognizing that there was actually nothing to find because it's right here, it's me. So that's the fun part of it, and to discover this in your own journey, to understand this however it shows up into yourself, into your life. You can view this video this year and view it at the same time next year, and write it down right now, everything that you get from this video, and view it in a year in an exact same day, and I can promise you different things will come through, because you've changed. You've started using different tools. You can perceive this video in a different way. You can take with you different parts that you understand. You're seeing this video and everything that is being brought through this video in different dimensions. So how many dimensions, how many layers can you see through? How high can you fly, and how deep Can you dive? It's really a question to ask yourself and to embrace. And spirit will give you, because you're watching this channel, so you're somewhere in the awakening stages. So if you are feeling, I can't do this, I'm at the verge of giving up, or whatever it is, spirit is saying to you, no, you're not, because we are here with you and we will push you to your limit, because you need to understand that you are limitless. You have always been limitless. You just limited yourself. And now this reprogram needs to happen. So embrace this journey with all its difficulties. And I know, trust me, to say that is not the most easiest thing to do in the moment. But as this energy is entering now, this Pluto energy, let's just look at this Pluto energy of how this planet was. So when this planet actually was discovered, they first decided, okay, it should be a planet. And then they changed their mind. No, it's not a planet. And they were kind of indecisive. And that energy speaks of how Pluto is. Pluto is so far away. So it's something in our subconscious, very far away from us. But it's something that we need to look at, something that it's there. In the same way as these scientists say, oh, yes, it is a planet. No, it's not. That is the same energy that we are not wanting to accept. This is a part of me. No, it's not. Yes, it is. No, it's not. It's the same way. The energy reads into itself in the same way. So as we are entering here with this Pluto energy, moving forward into this April month, we can see a lot of past lives, everything that you've been through in your past life. Whether it's a different planet, different galaxy, whatever you are connected to there, anything that you read, any color that will draw your attention, all of that, it's not for nothing. It's not a coincidence that you just sort of like this, and like, especially in your awakening. In your sleep state, you might switch and change depending on which program you're taking in yourself. So that's very difficult to decipher. But when you are awakening and you can see clearly, wow, I don't like this. Why have I used this type of clothes? And why am I wearing this? I don't want this. When you suddenly feel more as if, I don't know why I want this, but I'm pretty sure I don't want that. When that realization comes forward to you, where you know what you don't want, you kind of haven't figured out what you want really yet, but you know what you don't want. That is when you are at the stages of understanding what you need for yourself. So when you are in these stages, then everything that you are connected to, as in, I'm feeling drawn to this color, there is something about this shape that makes me feel in a certain way. That is your hints to look deeper into that. Follow that. What is the meaning of that color? What is it trying to say to me? Because everything is clues, different clues left for you to discover. And as they always say, when the student is ready, the teacher appears. The same thing is here. Those clues will be put there for you. And then spirit will look at you. When are you ready? When will you pick them up? When will you continue to do a study, to do a dive deep into this, to understand this more? That's when you will get more. And the more that you will understand, the more your reality will start to reflect everything that you're understanding. Let me give you an example. You're studying tarot cards. Let's say that. And all of a sudden you keep hearing things about tarot cards in different places. Have you ever noticed that? Maybe you are trying to pass an exam, and everything that you will be hearing around you is about exams. Oh, I passed an exam. This is how you do the best way. And you're looking at something, and everything is referring back to this and keep giving you different clues of that area. And you seem to believe, oh my goodness, everyone is doing this. No, It's your understanding of something that you've dived so deep into it. You've opened yourself up. So the universe says, oh, you seem to be interested of this. And the universe is giving. The universe loves to give. So the universe will give you more for you to have a more understanding. And this can be very confusing when you're in the waking stages and your ego is getting involved, and this false sense of self. So you're thinking everything is out against you, because when you're in the lower polarities and this is happening to you, this is where we refer to our last video, that in this year some people will, you can watch that video, it's a video about year 7. I'll try to put that video here for you to see. But what it's essentially saying here is that people will act as if they were crazy. And that's because in the lower states of awakening, when you are awakening, there is a lot of confusions. So a lot of confusion happening. And when you're trying to manifest something, and this is a journey, so everyone has to go through this journey in their unique way. But everything that will start to come up will project. And if you're not educated in knowing that this is just something that is arising inside of me, that is reflecting out into my reality, people can do and act in crazy ways. And it's not right and it's not wrong for any expression to happen. Because remember, the universe allows it to be in this way because the universe wants to see what new can happen. You know, it's like ideas. You put a lot of ideas and some of them don't work, but some others actually can be beneficial to the universe. So all of this unique awakening ways of awakening to your true self is actually something that gives the universe. And sometimes it's something that is valid and that the universe will take in, and sometimes it's not so valid, but it doesn't matter, it still serves something. So that's why that is happening. You're perhaps asking, why is that even happening like that? It shouldn't be happening. And because we get these emotions and we get sensitive within ourselves that we don't want to see anyone suffer. But at the same time, we have to stay objectively sometimes and understand that everything has its purpose and everything is being taken care of. Everything is love. The universe will never want you to suffer, because when you understand that you're love, and actually the one that is suffering is the false self, it's not even who you are, that is when the true magic is happening. So as you're connected to this Pluto energy in this month, just feel, you will feel drawn to things that you've perhaps never felt drawn to, that you want to do, that you want to start. That will be for some of you. For some of you, something that has been delayed from the last year, because I keep hearing delays, delays, delays. So there's been a lot of delays that was supposed to be, and don't get upset and feel like, why did this happen? No, these delays were good delays, you know, because they build up momentum for you to succeed when it will be presented to you from spirit. Okay, so you can't see these delays as something that was wrong doing towards you. It's actually the opposite. Those delays will bring in so much for you in this month. So I'm saying to you, this month, just keep your eyes open and just stay in your breath, but embrace everything and all that you actually deserve to feel. Whether it is a job situation, a relationship, whether it is a growth within yourself or something that you've been waiting on, all of that this month, get ready, because it's coming back. It's coming back with this Pluto energy. At the same time, we have Cancer and Mars. So Mars is the planet of war, right? It's very red, it's very fiery energy. And on the other hand, we have water energy, which is Cancer and which is moon and the feminine. And usually astrologers will say that Mars and Cancer are like it's a no match. But I will say the actual opposite, because Spirit gave it to me that they are actually complementing each other very well at this time. Because if we say that Mars will be representing our ego, to give you an analogy here, and you will represent Cancer, okay? So you are this energy of water, and you're flowing, and your ego is kind of fiery, and something wants to arise within yourself to be dissolved. And usually Mars goes very hard, like he's going on war. It's something that needs to be accomplished. But here, Mars has no idea what this Cancer energy is doing. So kind of, if you'll see it in this moment, it will play off like this. The ego wants to block you or do something in a certain way. Something happens within you. There is a lot of emotion. Something happens that triggers, and the ego within you has no clue how to handle this, which is good, because that leaves the ego a little bit pushed to the side, so that everything that needs to arise within you will arise more easier. This is very good. So I would say Mars in Cancer in a different setting, perhaps not so good. Right now, how we got it from Spirit connected to with the Pluto and everything that is happening with the delays that we got in our download, is that it is absolutely perfect. It will work out perfectly, and it will be very beneficial. So I don't want you to see that as a bad thing at all. I want you to be very excited over it, actually, that it is happening. But be ready, because as we said, these energies are being amplified, and we have moons too that are in Aries. I'll put everything in the description box below, always for you, if it's extra informations that you want to take your time with, because I understand we're all different. So I will always put extra in the description box below for you, so that you can read off some things that you can take them in your own time in. And also, when we got our downloads, we just write them down, so we save them. So we're going to always put down those two that we just get those intuitively, so you can read them too. Because sometimes in the video, Spirit wants us to deliver beyond words, so the words are not the same way as a writing. But when we write things down, it's more like from one point to another. And when we make these videos, it's kind of flowing. We can't put a stamp on it or block it or go after a schedule, because then we can't get these straight downloads that come for some people of you that needs to hear a message. I don't know if that is making any sense, but just if it's too rigid, the message can't come through. And we really want to be an open channel to deliver messages also in real time, like this in this interaction. So we covered the astrology parts of this energy. And like I said, this is Dimensions of Love. If you've come this far into this videos, thank you for all your likes and share and subscribes and all of that jazz that everyone is always saying in their videos. I guess it's like a mainstream thing that you're supposed to say. What I want to come into now, see, it was already starting as I was speaking. It's also shadow aspects. Okay, so because we have Aries, we have new moons too in the same tight month. That never happens, that it becomes like two in the same beginning. So that means like we're supposed to start in Aries, because Aries starts astrological year, but also it's going to be like a double start, like a kind of start in the beginning of April, but kind of not, because it continues in the next part of April and going forward to May. So this is kind of like we're starting, but we're not starting, because we're going to start for real after 1 month again, which kind of feels like I asked Spirit, what is this? Why is it in this way? It's because we're working with our shadow aspects, and that kind of needs time to integrate and to dissolve correctly. Therefore, it's like a double starter. It's like you're starting now. So if you started something and you're like, I'm ready, and you're starting and you're getting this pushback, please don't feel like something's wrong, because it's not. This is how it's meant to be energetically. This is how it's meant to be, because I felt the shadow keep coming up constantly of uh, kind of the shadow and the lights are integrated. The shadow is integrated into the light and being dissolved, but there is kind of a little bit of a pushback, if that makes sense, energetically. So it's opening up and allowing this as much as you can allow. The more that you can open, the more of the shadow will be revealed. Because again, I've said this in my videos before, we all have our shadows and we need to accept them. So it's nothing wrong or good, but when we are disowning, we are splitting off our energies. When we are disowning parts of ourselves, if we see something and we enjoy the video, and then all of a sudden the girl puts out her tongue, and we're like, no, I don't like this video. That is a shadow aspect of yourself. You're judging a part. You're watching someone here on YouTube. I'm giving you examples that I'm feel drawn to give. You're watching a video and everything that the person's saying, you're agreeing, you like it, and then something happens and it triggers something, whether it's from your religion or the way that you see it in your programming, and you're like, no, I don't like this person. That's again, there's something that you're disowning, a split from you. Because honestly, when you own your shadow completely, it doesn't matter what you see. Everyone is your teacher. Everyone is teaching you something. And whatever that they do that you don't agree with, because you've accepted your shadow, it will be like, oh, she did that. Okay. It wouldn't bother you the same way as if you have the shadow. You'll be triggered. You'll be like, how dare she took out her tongue. That was supposed to be respectful. And you start to give this story and these thoughts that are really not you, but you start to integrate them, and then you're stuck there again. You're up in the net again. You're stuck, and you can't get out, kind of energy. So work with your shadow, see where your triggers are, because see, all of these triggers are actually helping you to see what you want to deny. What don't you agree with? What is not right with you? Because when you are doing your journey, you don't judge others' journey. You perhaps want them to do better and you want to tell them, but again, it is everyone's journey. You can't force someone to see something when they're sleeping, right? You can't talk to someone if someone's lying in their bed and they're sleeping and you're telling the greatest story ever and something miraculous is happening right there. If you're talking to someone that's sleeping in their bed, are you going to get upset when they wake up and you say, did you see how amazing that was? How could you miss that? They were asleep. They were not able to see it. You understand? And this is very, very, very simple and very 3D visual for you to understand. But that is how it looks with people that are sleeping and that are having their shadow aspect that they've disowned. You can't say anything to them in that way. The only thing that you can do is see what is triggering you. Is it triggering you that they're disowning a part of themselves? Is it triggering you that someone is acting very sexual? Is it triggering you when someone is getting aggressive? And that is too much. You can't do that. What is triggering you? Because again, we all have our shadow aspects. We all have that. So don't deny it. It's about balancing that. When the shadow aspect is within yourself, that it is balanced. That is okay. It is when it's not balanced that it becomes destructive and very judgmental. So it is essentially saying to you, these months moving forward will be those two parts. So the first part is integrating, and when that is integrated and this delay starts, then it will start to move forward. And it is moving forward in very, very, very beautiful new grounds. I mean, it is, there are no words to put in it more than a surprise. Spirit is saying it's going to be a surprise for you, that you will be so happy. You will not even think about it, how amazing it will be, but it will be a surprise that you will feel in yourself that you always forever wanted it. And that was so amazing to hear. So that was the aspect of the shadow. Again, dimensions of love. Let's bring it all in, because I feel like you are ready, because I'm feeling ready. So that means that we are ready to receive these messages, and it is amazing to keep on delivering these messages to you. So now in my dream state, I can get from spirit there are different dreams. One is like the subconscious, the other one is kind of reflections of the day input, and then the third dreams are very they have a different vibration to them, like you can kind of feel that they're coming from a different place, that it's not from these two normal places that dream states will enter from. And when I'm in those spheres, I usually get these downloads that come from that dream state. And the download that I got for this dream state is that I saw so many reptilians pouring into the world. Now, I don't want you to freak out or anything. I need you to hear this through completely. There were so many reptilians, but they're not big. There are different sorts of reptilians. They're more bigger, but these ones were small, and they were coming into these small ships, and I was kind of pointing to everyone and asking them, "Can you see them? Do you see them?" And everyone was like, "I don't know what you're talking about. There's nothing there." And I was like, "They're pouring in. How can you not see them?" And there were these small ships, a lot of them, and it was like these reptilians were evacuating, like as if their planet was shattered, and because they were looking stressed, they were pouring down and they were jumping all over the place trying to find different humans. They were running all over the place, and they were more tinier in size, and it was very strange to see because they looked so stressed, and that they were happy that they came to this planet, like, oh, what a relief, we're here, we're somewhere. But I saw that nobody saw it. And then there were and this has come in different layers and times, that there's always a big ship, a huge ship that not even these reptilians can really see, but it is a huge ship. And this huge ship, in every section, in every time there is a redream, I just keep coming in, and then I see this visual, but this ship is coming down, like it's coming down closer and closer to the sphere of the earth. And as I asked spirit, what is this? Why is the ship coming down like this, and why were they pouring down? Spirit is saying both of these opposites are happening right now. So it is to integrate these lower beings that are entering here, because they are actually starting to connect, also understand that we're all one, that we need to all be in the same space. At the same time, human beings' vibration is rising up so high that these ships, because these ships, if they touch ground, if you touch ground on earth, you're bound to earth. Like, that is how dense earth is. But that's why you will see ships be more higher up. They will not touch the ground. If you see them in movies and all that, all of those things are actually reflections of what we've seen somewhere, because it doesn't come from, as people would say, it's fantasy or it's this. No, it comes from somewhere in our subconscious. Again, going back to the Pluto energy of your past life, of where you've been, all of those directors that ever have made those movies in that sense have lived there. They've done those things. And that's why always these spaceships, they float and then something comes down, right? So they never touch ground. And so this big huge starship that is, it's coming down lower, Spirit is saying that it is the energies, we are raising our energy and we are connected to these higher dimensional beings, which is essentially different parts of ourselves, but we are connecting to that energy so that we can receive more downloads, we can receive more clearly, and we can help each other out in a different way. So the vibrations of the earth is shifting too. Like, she is also waking up to her amazingness. So everything kind of works out together. So have no fear if all of these coexistings are happening here, because it's beautiful. This is what we came here to do. We came here to experience how it is to be human, to be connected to all of these beings. All of us are going through an ascension in some shape or form, and understanding that we are connected together. And the more that we work together, the more we can expand each other. The more that we work selfishly on a goal, we are kind of getting torn down, because that is the energy. If you're working selfishly, it's going to hit you so hard, harder than ever before. If you work collectively as if you're helping not just other human beings, I mean helping yourself and every being, as in plants, as in animals, as in everything that you feel is alive to you. When we're helping in this way, in a positive way of growth, the universe always gives us that support. We're always supported because we're helping the greatest good, okay? So that was the dream state message. I'm going to stop saying that it's going to be a short message, because I don't know how long these videos are. So if you're watching this far in, thank you for continuing to be here and listening to this message that will not only benefit you but everyone also around you to understand more. And thank you for being open, because it's very difficult. People has these difficulties of being open and truly understanding something. So I admire you and I honor you for being so open to receive this, even to begin with. That in itself is amazing. Now, books connected to this was coming through Angels in My Hair. And I believe, not say, maybe her name is Lauren or something like that. But I think that she has added something, because I'm connected to this, I'm in Sweden and I'm connected to this atmosphere of Europe, and like, I'm in Gothenburg, so this is Little London, so I'm connected to Great Britain and that part, and Ireland. So I think that she's from Ireland, and sorry, and her book is called Angels in My Hair. And I guess that she has a new cover of it, or something is new. It's been renewed 10 years, 20, I don't know. I'm kind of getting this, that is the higher dimensional book. So if you want to read that to heal yourself, that would be a great book, and that will also support some of it. Again, we're not getting paid to do this for these people, absolutely not. But we will direct every message that needs to be directed so that you can experience more growth. So that is the first one, Angels in My Hair, to support. So this book has been out, but she's added a new chapter, and it will be something there for you. I don't know what, because I haven't read it, so I'm not going to say anything there. But Angels in My Hair is the first one. And then in the shadow aspect, we have David Icke. And if you haven't heard of David Icke, he's, I mean, he gives it, he's such a good reporter when he gives it in that sentence. He's a very good writer. And his books tend to be thick. But that is from the shadow aspect. And I would advise you, when you're reading this, because you will get to, if you've never heard anything about reptiles, and as we've described now, you will kind of learn this about that in his book. Also about everything with the vaccine and all of this with COVID, all of this happening in the shadow aspects of the earth will be available to you there, because David Icke, he puts it down so impeccably good that it is so worth to reading one of his thick books. I mean, you can read a little bit at a time. You don't have to get very overwhelmed to take it in all. And also, I want to give you this message from Spirit, that don't be frightened when you read all of this, because information is supposed to empower us. So don't go into that state of the ego wanting to kind of go with it and uh, give you fear of when you read these informations in David Icke's books. I want you to more be um, empowered of knowing this and trying to understand, why is this in our shadow aspects? Why is this existing simultaneously with the beautiful love? And he also brings that back and says that it is all about love. So I find it so fascinating and beautiful that everyone that has ever gone through awakening and goes in the most highest layers always ends up with understanding that it is all about love. Like, it goes back to the most simplest things, um, yet we tend to overcomplicate it. It's complication becoming so simple. So, and that's the experience of this earth. It's kind of very beautiful and magical at the same time. So that was the books connected to it. And more what I want to say for this, I think I'm going to title this video updates for this month, because it kind of feels like that. It's giving different aspects of the energies of this month. Also, I pre-shuffled and I pulled 3 cards, and I pulled the first card, 7 of Pentacles, which we talked about in the year 7. And this is for everyone that's watching this. If you don't want to see any tarot now, I would suggest you to just pause this video or stop it. You don't have to continue to look. But again, we're bringing in different kind of aspects and different kind of tools to help you to succeed, because you're amazing and you deserve to have everything wonderful in your life. So 7 of Pentacles in reverse, we got this. So we've talked about this planting seed and not seeing what spirit is giving you. And here we got it in reverse, which is the intuitive message that we got here is, I usually feel like it is procrastination, but I feel like this procrastination has a lot to do with these delays. I feel like all of these delays that has been happening, it's kind of making you want to stop. It's like, what is the point? I keep doing this and I want so much, and yet I don't see anything manifesting. I'm trying to manifest, and I'm doing all of these steps, and I don't see any results. Spirit is saying that just because of these delays that had been put there for a reason for you to understand. Don't see it as something bad. It actually has given you more than you will know when you get out of it. But in the moment, again, spirit is pushing you to understand that you are limitless. So don't be limited. That is kind of what this message is saying. That don't believe that you are limited in any way, because you put those limitations upon yourself. So kind of to release that and to know. You see how he's holding his hand, he's just growing it, that there's something that you have that hasn't matured yet. It will mature and it will be ready. I don't know why I said matured, because I want to see that it's not ready to be ripe. But I guess there's an aspect, I don't know, this message is coming through now. There's an aspect of someone who's watching this is very specific, that there is an aspect of yourself that needs to mature. It's very immature. There's an aspect of yourself that's very immature, and spirit wants you to look at that. I don't know who that was, but that was very specific. Let's just go to the card number 2 that we got, and it was 10 of Swords in reverse. So, I mean, you've very much felt everything that can be felt here in this existence. You've been backstabbed, betrayed by people close to you, and you just, all of these crows that are surrounding her. Again, I say, you probably have heard crows somewhere. Maybe you're not living in those areas, but if you see a crow in a picture, or if you read crow somewhere, that is your indication of that you really gone through it. It's been so difficult for you to go through this. I mean, these are, the crows are representing these cycles, these closure. So with this 10 of Swords here in reverse, I feel like there will be a closure for you. There will be an understanding why everything had to be the way that it was, because it is an ending of this suffering. So bear with this, because there is an ending with all of this hardship. But again, I think that it is connected to the delays that I'm feeling energetically for this month, into why it is like that. Because again, we have the Ace of Wands is the third eye, and I felt this in the visual when I saw it, like the head gets bigger, expands, like it's about to blow. That is the visual with the third eye. The third eye is about to explode, and it's been held back. All of this fertility energies of happening has been held back. And when it's upside down, I don't feel like it's negative in this sense here. I'm just feeling drawn to this third eye. It's like fire. It's like exploding and opening. Perhaps you felt pressure there sometimes, but when this will happen, I mean, you will have a vision of something that will be very important to you. So try to keep your diet clean. Make sure that you're eating healthy, high vibrational food, so that you can receive it more easily. Because if we eat products that are not beneficial to us, we have harder time to receive. So try to keep yourself clean, is what Spirit is saying. Try to think about what you're eating and drinking, okay? So make sure to hydrate yourself. Drink your water. When we were shuffling here, we got this Eight of Swords that fell out. I put it inside of the deck. I shuffled again, and I pulled out the cards. And again, at the bottom of this deck, because sometimes I look at the bottom of the deck just to see the shadow aspects. That's how I read the cards. And then we have the Ace of Swords. So I feel like Spirit is going to bring you a mental clarity. Something that has been a confusion within you, Spirit will bring it to you clearly. Now, these are the main energies here. And I want to pick cards here live for you to see. So I want to pick, let's pick 3 cards here. So with the Seven of Pentacles, Spirit, everyone that is watching this video, what do they need to know about this energy flow moving forward? What do they need to know with this energy flow for this April month, okay? Let's just, thank you, Spirit. See, Ace of Pentacles in reverse. I mean, you got 3 aces. We got Ace of Swords, Ace of Wands in reverse, Ace of Pentacles. And that is, you know, when the Pentacles is upright, there's an idea that will bring you generational wealth. So it is a divine gift. And it's like, wait a minute, we're not ready here, because we're here in this completion. See, it is the delays that we were talking about. You have so many aces. Aces are so new beginnings, right? They're starting new beginnings. But here again, there's something that is put on hold. It is put on hold. Why is this new beginning not here? Tell us more about this Ten of Swords in reverse. What does the viewer need to see and know right now about this? Okay, King of Cups in reverse. Okay, so there is a male energy, masculine energy. There's something that you haven't been, if it's you, then this is you. If it's who you're connected with in your energy close by, then this is a message. But I have to read the messages, how they arrive, okay? So you haven't been in touch with your emotions. You've been detaching yourself from your emotions. And something happens here now, I feel, and it's connected to a masculine, that a lot of emotions will burst out that has been suppressed. And I need you to let it go. If someone will come to you with these emotions, I really need you to hold that space for that person. Whatever it is that person did to you, just hold that space for them so that they can let all of that go, because they really need that so that they can continue forward also in their life. If this is you, you're finally being connected to your emotions, okay? Your masculine and your feminine is it's connected. This is connected to the moon card, and to the sign Cancer. So this is saying to you that something that you haven't been attached with or refused, it's coming in here. It's coming in here because I feel like it has to do, because it came in this road with this card. It has to do with all of these backstab and betrays. They were so hurtful. I mean, they were so difficult for you, and you suffered a lot. That caused you to close your heart. There is probably no love. I don't care about this. I don't want to feel it anymore. That was what I felt was horrible. That's the kind of sentence that I feel I want to say when I see this. It's like, what is the point? What is the point? If it's gonna this is horrible. This is I don't want this. That's the words that I'm getting here. And I feel it's connected to these 10 of Swords, of this past betrayal. But it's in the completion. So we have the 10 completions and the beginning, which is not giving us in its upright form. So that means that, wait a minute, something wants us to wait. But I really want, Spirit, please give the viewers something more. Why do they have to wait here? Why do they have to wait? I'm getting a little bit curious. Why do they have to wait? What is this wait about? Okay. Is something that you can tell us more, Spirit? Thank you. You gotta wait for, here we go again, 2 Ace of Swords. You are going to get this. It's like a flash of a light. You will just understand it. It will be just such a mental clarity. It will be so clear to you, something that's been so confusing that you couldn't wrap your head around. You couldn't think yourself out of it. You couldn't understand nothing of it. And there it comes, bam, just in an instant of a second, just clear. Everything will be so clear to you. Oh my goodness, I feel such a relief in energy as I'm picking up that card. Yeah, someone will burp. Maybe you're burping up. Lately you've been burping up a lot. I don't know who that is coming from, but if you feel that, there is something that will be clear to you. Something will be cleared. Wow. Wow. This is amazing. And in the bottom we have the Magician. So that means that you can manifest anything that you want in this reality. You just need to you just need to believe in yourself here. You need to believe. Let me do an angel card here for you before we end this video. I just love to bring you all of these messages. I really wish that I could put more energy into it so that I can bring you so many more messages, but this is how life is. Sometimes it is a lot, and I accept that, but I'm truly honored that you're here, and I thank you for all of your likes and shares. And if you come to this video and it's your first time, thank you for being here. This is a sharing of love. I will always respect your energy, no matter how much energy that you all give in this. I will never take it for granted or use it to benefit anything that is selfishly. This is put in every energy that is freely given from you, from your higher self. I will always put it into this channel for the growth of everyone. I'm not holding anything for myself because I don't do this selfishly. This is overextending my time, and I'm doing this for free, but I'm truly feeling drawn by Spirit to do this. So I really thank you all from the bottom of my heart for being here and supporting us. Thank you. Truly thank you. So let's just end that with the angels. So angel present, what message do you have for the viewer? It's a closing message. Truly grateful. Yeah. Spirit wants you to, you see the shadows, your shadow self in the bottom card again here. See, something that you perceive to be your dark side actually holds the treasure. That's what it says there. And it's here. Stand up for what you believe in. You believe in something that is so different from others that you're kind of getting a pushback. But the angels wants you to always remember that all of these pushbacks are helping you to move forward, because it's challenging you to, the angels are asking you, how much do you want this? How much does it mean to you? And we can never answer it unless we get this pushback. Can you stand for what you believe in, no matter what oppositions you will face? And the angels say you can absolutely do that. So stand strong, because we're standing with you. You're not standing alone. So whatever it is that you need to do here, you are being backed up. You have your backup. So back up yourself. Stand up for yourself. And don't ever forget that you're amazing just the way that you are. Stay original. Keep blossoming. Keep growing. And showing up for yourself every day, because that is the greatest gift we can give ourselves and also everyone else. So I truly hope that these messages helps you and moves you forward in your journey. And thank you for being here. As always, have a wonderful day. Always send in love your way. Bye, everyone.